Hey everybody, it's Alex, and we're here with another edition of Connecting with Fiber. I'm here with Kevin Newbold, lead design engineer, to talk about some of those advantages of connecting to the internet over Wi-Fi. Kevin, take it away, educate me.
All right, so the main reason people connect to Wi-Fi is convenience. It doesn't require extra cabling. They can be wherever they want in their home and be able to connect straight to the internet, and they just hook up to the Wi-Fi and they're good to go.
So if it is that easy, then why in some cases do people decide to hardwire their devices to connect to the internet?
So Wi-Fi is fast and it is very convenient, but Ethernet is more stable and consistent. Wi-Fi is over the air, so it's more prone to disruptions, and you're sharing your connection across all the other devices on the Wi-Fi.
So one common question that internet service providers commonly get is, why am I not getting the speeds that I'm paying for? Can you talk about some of those factors?
Yeah, so honestly, it kind of depends on a bunch of different things. One of the main ones being, how are you testing? Whether you're testing over the wire or over Wi-Fi. Over the wire, you're getting a more direct connection to your gateway, so you can get the full speeds of what your gateway is capable of. Over the Wi-Fi, everything on your same Wi-Fi network are sharing the connection. So if you have somebody on Netflix or some other service, it's going to slow down your speeds.
Okay, so you've talked about multiple factors that affect Wi-Fi speeds. Can you elaborate on two of them for me? The amount of devices connected to the internet and the capabilities of the devices themselves.
So for number of devices, it really is impacted by what the devices are doing and how many you have. So if you have a bunch of different streaming devices, gaming systems, security cameras, video conferences going on, all of those share the bandwidth over the air. So if you have a bunch of those things all being used at once, your speeds are going to be impacted on any one specific device. And then as far as device capabilities are concerned, you're mainly looking at what type of device you have and how old it is. So if you're talking about a phone or a tablet or a laptop, each of those do different amounts of, have different amounts of speed capabilities. But also, if it's older, it might be a Wi-Fi 4 or 5 device versus the newest Wi-Fi 6.
Okay, so now I need to know, what are your recommendations for getting the best overall Wi-Fi experience along with the fastest speeds possible?
So to get the fastest speeds possible, the best way is always to have your Wi-Fi devices the closest to your gateway you can get. The problem being, homes are generally too large for that. So one of the best ways the industry has found to solve that is to create what's called a mesh network, where we take a bunch of different Wi-Fi access points, 2, 3 is usually enough, and use the Wi-Fi from your main gateway to connect back to the internet from there. That puts a gateway that's then close enough to each one of your Wi-Fi devices to get that high speed and be able to get connected to the internet as fast as possible.
I think that's all the questions that I had for you today. Do you have any last thoughts to wrap up?
Generally speaking, technology and Wi-Fi specifically can be fairly intimidating for some people. So we're able to help you out with that by able to talk to you about what you do on your network and what type of devices you have to figure out what speeds you really can use, and also what type of Wi-Fi deployment would be best for you at your home.
Thank you, Kevin, for joining us on this episode of Connecting with Fiber.